How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to LT Thread 8. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Snapmaker U1's print quality, and to do so we're going to be printing everything preloaded as well as some torture tests to see how well it handles the test and how well it just prints straight out of the box. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into the video, I've seen some comments in the past on either my print quality videos or comparison videos mentioning that the print quality isn't fantastic and that I haven't dialed in the settings correctly. When I do comparison and print quality videos on this channel, I specifically use the default slicing profiles. This is due to the fact that for probably a handful or even more of the viewers of this channel and of this video, this may be their first 3D printer and will likely just be getting it out of the box and slicing with default profiles. I don't want to show off some super perfected profiles, as that won't be the results that they're getting straight out of the box, which may lead them to believe that there is something wrong with their printer. I am always interested in your thoughts though, so if you would like me to do a video where I show off either some perfected slicing profiles and really show off what this printer can do, or if you'd like me to show you guys how to dial in profiles, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be more than happy to make a video on it. Now, back to the video. Unfortunately, the Snapmaker U1 only comes with one preloaded file, which isn't amazing. I do wish that companies would, include more, because like I said, there's going to be a lot of people who are getting this for the first time, not going to know about slicing or anything. It'll be really cool. They can just turn on the printer and have, 10 or so preloaded files that they can print, similar to the Bambu Lab A1. I do know now that Snapmaker does have some pre-sliced files in the app that you can then just send directly to it. So I guess in that way, it kind of gives you some more. I just kind of wish that was on the printer itself instead of going through the app. But the included print is actually pretty cool, and it's a nice little 4-color dragon. The benefit of tool changer 3D printers are really shown here, as there is no color bleed whatsoever and each colored section is printed beautifully. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, the Torture Toaster is honestly just a really cool looking test model, and it also has the added benefit of testing both tolerances and overhangs. The U1 in this case has done a fantastic job. The gears work well. If anything, maybe slightly too loose. The toast pops out nice and smoothly. The overhangs look incredible all the way up to 70 degrees. And the tolerance towers have printed successfully up to 0.2 mil, with the 0.5 mil, 0.4 mil, and 0.3 mil falling out as soon as I opened it up. The 0.2 mil came out with a slight wiggle. However, I was a little clumsy with this when I was trying to take some photos of it and I dropped it. And that is why the pillars on the inside have also snapped off. The 0.1 mil tolerance tower, on the other hand, is going nowhere as it's fused to the walls, which is pretty standard these days and pretty much the same results I've gotten on all the printers that I own. The all-in-one test is a great file to print, as you learn a lot about what your printer does well and what it struggles at. In this case, the U1 has done a great job. The overhangs look great, and I now know that I can successfully print overhangs up to 75 degrees without needing support, if I'm pushing it. Realistically, 70 is probably the better option, but I can go to 75, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the results here. Some might not, but for me, I'd be happy with that. The bridging also looks very good, and I now know the printer can successfully bridge up to 25 millimeters without any support. The top surfaces look great apart from the color bleed, but I'm pretty much 100% certain that that's on me while I was painting it and I've probably missed sections or didn't have the right settings selected. I just wanted to print a 4-color one or 3-color one because, tool changer, why not? Now, the Lattice Cube successfully printed, however, it did have a lot of stringing. But apart from the stringing, it looks great. The overhangs look quite good, not perfect, but very impressive nonetheless. Now, I know I previously mentioned that I only use default settings in these videos, but I had to show off the print quality from this model I printed for an upcoming video. This is with slightly tweaked profiles and ironing settings, which I think I have perfected. So keep that in mind, that with slightly tweaked profiles and ironing settings, you can achieve incredibly smooth top surfaces like this. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the print quality from the U1 in the comments down below. Also, if you have any other files that you would like to see me print on this to test it out, drop them down there as well, and I'll get around to printing them for you. And as always, happy printing.